Guys, last night I got to see the preview screening of Mickey 17, the brand new film from Korean auteur Bong Joon-Ho. This guy is the guy behind Parasite, behind Snowpiercer, okay? He did Oksha. Like, this guy makes incredible films with incredible anti-capitalist messages, and I gotta say, Mickey 17 just like completely blew it out of the park for me. This was incredible. I really think you have to see it, and I'm going to talk all about it in this video today. What's up, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a 90s kid and want more of this content, hit the subscribe button right now. Let's get into it. Okay, so Bong Joon-Ho absolutely exploded with Parasite when he won Best Picture at the Oscars, and like, can you blame him? That movie was absolutely incredible. I've seen a fair few of his movies now, including Snowpiercer and of course Oksha, which I think was a Netflix exclusive, and this guy makes bloody good movies. Like, let's just put it that way. And as I said, a common thread throughout a lot of his filmography is huge, deep criticisms of capitalism, politics, as well as like animal abuse and the meat industry as a whole. Parasite definitely leans very far into this ultra capitalist critique that Bong Joon-Ho is so bloody good at. But then on the other hand, you have a movie like Oksha, which again does look at capitalism in the eyes of like the suffering of animals to yield financial gain. And because I've loved all of his movies that I've seen, I was really excited to go to the screening of Mickey 17. This is the brand new science fiction space film starring Robert Pattinson. I know him best as Cedric Diggory. Kill the stag! But he's probably better known as Edward Cullen from Twilight and more recently The Batman. And I thought the film was fantastic. I wanted to use this video to unpack the philosophy around the film and what I think Bong Joon-Ho is trying to say in the movie. And so Robert Pattinson plays Mickey. Actually, it's Mickey 17, the 17th kind of rebirth of an expendable called Mickey Barnes, I believe. To escape debt collectors on Earth, Mickey joined a space mission to colonize a new planet and essentially signed up as an expendable where he will be sent on kind of life or death missions, and if he dies, he is reborn. So he basically becomes an expendable human who can be reborn with all the same memories, and he's currently Mickey 17 because he is on his 17th iteration. And already the film kind of highlights the ethical and moral dilemmas around this, but also the potential benefits around it. Like, being an expendable means Mickey is completely mistreated by everyone that knows him on the ship. There isn't any care or humanity or dignity given to him. It is just kind of known that he will be able to be reborn, so nobody really cares about him and his well-being. It definitely seems to be that he is treated as less than human, and it's kind of a recurring theme throughout the entire film. I do wonder if there is a deeper capitalist kind of critique here, that Mickey is representative of the poor in general, or at least just the average people who are differentiated from the rich and wealthy upper class, who can effectively use their wealth to use these people as scapegoats to make more money. Just quickly, speaking of Mickey 17, my name's Mike. So Mikey 10,000 is my mission for 2025. Most people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you're watching this and you like it, hit the subscribe button and help me reach my goals. Mark Ruffalo plays the main villain, a president-elect reject who is now pioneering this mission to a new planet. It is very clear throughout the entire film that Ruffalo's performance is extremely inspired by Trump, not just in the way that he looks and speaks, but also in like very explicit things that happen in the film, such as a near miss with a bullet that instead of grazing past his ear just goes past his cheek and nicks that. While I sometimes found Ruffalo's Trumpisms almost excessive, I still thought it was a pretty apt satire of what the wealthy are like. And Ruffalo plays this role with like a level of transparency into the real ineptitude of his character, kind of like some real world politicians.
This brick stores your memories, right? Now you'll watch as I permanently delete your being from it.
And there are even more direct allusions to real-world events and groups. Mark Ruffalo's character and all of his followers on the ship make a particular gesture together that is very, very reminiscent of a certain salute, and some of the imagery and logo design of the religious organization that he is heading very closely resembles swastika kind of vibes. The ethical implications of the kind of cloning of Mickey become more prevalent in the story when he accidentally survives something that they thought he died from. Thus, they make a clone of him only for him to return as Mickey 17 to meet Mickey 18. And while Mickey 17 is meek and mild, Mickey 18 is aggressive, angry, and quite violent. To be honest, the whole concept reminded me of this old TV show called Misfits, where the main character Rudy can split into two kind of versions of his personality. It was very similar to that. The wealthy constantly use Mickey as a scapegoat for drug trials, food trials, and don't care at all that these things cause him extreme pain.
Imagine there's an unknown virus in the air and you're sucking in every single microscopic particle floating around.
They punish him severely and almost humiliate him by not caring at all about how he feels in response to the things they're doing to him. We then get the final element of the story, which is centered more on animal abuse and also like colonization, because the planet that they go to inhabit is inhabited already by an indigenous alien species. And these creatures are the ones that save Mickey from freezing to death. But essentially, Mark Ruffalo's character wants to assert his dominance and power by effectively obliterating this species from existence. And one of this species' children finds its way aboard the ship. They kind of use it as leverage. They kind of take it hostage and threaten to kill it. This is where a cool like science fiction trope comes in, where they cut off the creature's tail and every creature of the species outside the ship starts howling in pain, almost to evoke the idea of like a hive mind. That is a pretty common sci-fi trope that maybe for me is most prevalent from a classic science fiction book called Ender's Game, in which the alien species at the end ends up being a hive mind that is sort of just one mind controlling everything. Funnily enough, towards the end of the movie, when everything is kind of resolved, Mickey has this dream that Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette's characters are in fact using the rebirth machine to bring themselves back to life. I think this was a remarkable bit of social commentary here because like Mickey, who is constantly being reborn through this machine, is seen as scum and disgusting and gross for being an expendable. But even though the rich and powerful characters in this world are propagating that sort of image, they are behind the scenes wanting to use the technology to prolong their own life. I gotta say, I found this really profound. As someone who is currently like 30 years old, moving into like real adult life and really trying to like figure out how to do life in this like world where there's wars going on, where cost of living is so high and everything like that. Like I'm starting to build like such a disdain of the rich and powerful, and seeing movies like this really shows like this imbalance of power that the wealthy have over everybody else. I think Bong Joon-Ho's satire and political commentary and social commentary is so profound. I think we should all be paying attention to movies like this. This is definitely one of the best science fiction films I've seen in a very long time, and I really think you should make the time to go out and see it. Whew, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more movie content, more millennial content, and more 90s content. I am a 90s kid talking about all kind of millennial pop culture on this channel, so check out some of my other videos. While I've got you, I would love for you to comment if you've seen the movie. What did you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? And have you seen any other of Bong Joon-Ho's movies? Which ones did you like the most? If you have nothing to comment but you made it to the end of the video and want to help me out in the algorithm, just comment below Mickey 17. That way I know you made it to the end. I have a blog and a podcast. They are both in the description down below, so check me out. I'm all over the internet doing dumb stuff that I think is cool. That is pretty much it from me though. YouTube reckons you might like this video next, and there's a playlist of a bunch of other videos if you want to check those out. My name's Ready Mike. This has been The Inside of My Mind, and I will catch you later.